before I get copyrighted. Yo, man. Quick vid. So, let me give you the story. I'm out hustling, not doing what I do. And, I take a job. I'm like, all right, cool, For some odd reason, the day started out real funky, Like, the application that I use was acting really weird. Wasn't working. Ended up going back, went to sleep late anyway. So, like, I got up early and I was like, I'm a little tired. But you know what? No, that's on me. I'm a grown man. It is what it is. Get your behind up. Get to moving. Got up. And the thing wasn't working. So, I ended up saying, I watched it for about an hour. And I ended up saying, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get some more sleep. Went ahead and got some more sleep. Slept all the way till about 10:30. The app still wasn't working. So I said, all right, that's weird. I called my brother. I said, hey, is it acting a little funky for you? He said, yeah, it has been all morning. So, we finally, we joked about it. We chopped it up real quick. And then he let me know after the fact, hey, it's working again. Check it out. I ended up checking it out. So mind you, after I ended up checking it out, I said, you know what? It's already late. Why not? Let me just relax for the day. There's nothing wrong with that. But I said, you know what? The day is it's not even the afternoon yet. It's still the morning. Maybe I can at least do 1 or 2 jobs. Not a big deal. So I proceeded to look. I found a job. I said, okay, let me go ahead and take this job. I'll knock this out, maybe do 1 more and relax. I get up, head over to the store. Phone's acting a little funky. I don't know why. The location just acts up sometimes on my phone, but pay no mind. I head to the store. I get to the store. The order's a pretty big order, and I get to the store and I just mentally prepare myself. Okay, let's just get in here and get out. Get all this stuff and get out. I've never done a job where I couldn't find more than 75% of the items in which I had to find. When I say I couldn't find, say the order was 60 things. Say the order was 60 things. I didn't find 51. I only found like 8 or 9 of the things on that list. So I was in the store, initially I was freaking out a little bit. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, this isn't even like me. Like, not being able to find nothing, because I thought it was, user error. I thought it was me. I thought I was messing up. And I said, you know what? I should have just sat in the house. I should have just relaxed. I wasn't even in the right mind frame to come out here and do this. Why did I do it? I started talking up all this stuff in my head, starting to get frustrated. So I finally calmed down. I finally contacted the individual that put the job together. They were like, you know what? They didn't hit me up. So I was in the store looking for their things. They didn't let me know anything. They didn't let me know what they wanted as replacement or anything like that. So I'm getting even more frustrated, because I'm like, man, I should have really sat in the house. This was not worth my time. But I said, it is what it is. I finally calmed down. I finally said, it is what it is. Let me just woosah, take a breath, and just kind of whatever comes is whatever comes. However I finish this job is however I finish this job. There's nothing I can do about the store's inventory not being up to par. So I finally calmed down, finally relaxed, finally cleared my head. Mind you, all of this happened in the span of like an hour and 15 minutes. So the job is late. The job is not complete. And I'm just like, whatever, you know what? I'm gonna just go do this, drop it off, go home, eat, work out, do what I gotta do, and relax. I get to the front of the store only to find out the entire time moi was in the wrong store. So me getting frustrated, me ready to like get mad at the universe, get mad at the store. Why don't the store have what they're supposed to have? This is crazy. Like, this customer, it's not even meeting me halfway. I'm speaking to them like, hey, they don't have this, but they have this, a close substitute. Nothing was working out. I'm getting frustrated, I'm getting angry, only to find out that moi went to the wrong store. The location on my phone, usually what happens when you go to the wrong store, the location on your phone will ping and be like, hey, you're not at the right store. You sure you want to stop here? If it's like the same store in the close vicinity. This was like I went to Walmart and Target. This was completely different stores. And somehow, some way, that app let it go through. And my location being messed up on my phone, series of unfortunate events caused me to get into a predicament in which I could have very well have, if I had paid a little bit more attention to the application, I would have seen that I was at the wrong store. And I would have saved myself an hour of frustration. But I didn't do that, you know? So, all just to say, there's a few lessons in my little predicament that happened here. One, you can't let things that's going on get you to the point where you're frustrated and you mess the job up more, you know? You got to think clear in those moments. Every time you do a job, every time you're tasked with something, you know, it's not gonna run smoothly. It's not gonna go by, you know, as if everything was running right. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes the car breaks down. Sometimes you run out of gas. Sometimes you get a flat. Sometimes the computer shuts down. Sometimes, you know, you're running a little late. Whatever. There's traffic. There's this, that. Things happen. So you can't allow those things to get you to the point where you can't think straight and you're just so frustrated it's affecting you. Two, you can't become complacent and think that everything is gonna work the way it's supposed to work. Had I had taken the time out to do my due diligence and make sure that I was at the right store, instead of assuming that I knew which store I was going to based upon certain colors and the list and certain things, I assumed that I knew exactly where I was going. And I was like, I don't need a GPS or whatever like that. I didn't even look at certain things that would have let me know that I was going to go to the right store. You can't become so complacent in things just because you've done it for a while. Because what's going to end up happening is a monkey wrench is going to get thrown in there. And it's gonna make you mess up. And sometimes you can't come back from that. Depending on the job that you're doing, you have to be meticulous. You have to pay attention. My mistake caused me time and caused me frustration. And, you know, may or may not cause me, you know, a little tip or whatever on top of the job, because the job went from being an hour and 15-minute job to now a 3-hour job, because I ended up having to go to the right store. And lo and behold, found 95% of the things on the list. So, it's been a very interesting day. Pay attention, people. I don't care if you've done something 1,000,000 times. I don't care if you've done something 2,000,000 times, 5 times, 10 times, this and that. Pay attention each time. Because little mistakes like that can cost you time, can cost you peace of mind, can cost you money. And don't allow, when things don't go smoothly, don't allow the frustration to build up to the point where you don't do your job well. At least be able to recognize what's going on. At least be able to recognize, you know what, I'm losing it. I'm about to blow a stack. Let me just do this to the best of my ability and keep the day going. All right? So, funny things always happen. Only I could sit here and go to the completely wrong store. Like I'm gonna laugh about this in probably another hour. It's just ridiculous. But you know, I hope you get a lesson from my story. I hope you get a lesson from literally what just happened to me like 2 seconds ago. And I hope you take heed, take some advice, or don't. Do what you want. What do I know? All right, later.